Okay, now we are 80, but what should we do? In this video I'm going to show you guys what you should aim for first, what add-ons you should get actually for example checking and tracking your best in slot items, and so much more. If you aren't already level 80, maybe you should consider checking out Rested Experience, the best leveling add-on in the game at the moment, and with the code MIXOWOFFICIAL you get 5% off. Ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, the first thing that you're going to do as soon as you are 80, get the tabard with the faction that you want exalted with, okay? I saw already a lot of players not having a tabard on and doing heroics, and yes, I was one of those players, okay? Just forget about my tabard, put it on, but yeah, I got now my tabard of the Ebon Blade. This one will give me a lot of reputation when I'm doing heroics. For example, if I kill a boss, this one will reward me with like 250 reputation. I was yesterday friendly with the Knights of the Ebon Blade, and I start to visit every single dungeon in the game, every single heroic dungeon in the game, and I'm almost exalted. Wait, you see that? That is so fast with a tabard. So the first thing that you're going to do as soon as you are 80, get the tabard. You also get a lot of good stuff there. For example, you get a lot of best in slot items there. For example, weapons, shoes, hat, or whatever, anything else that you need. And then the next thing is, probably if you are going to hit level 80, you run straight to the auction house and you want to spend a lot of gold to get gear, because you are sitting on your full season 4 gear or some will plateau gear. Well, actually some will plateau, some items of them are best in slot for your class, so do not underestimate this one, okay? You are good to go. You are really good to go. The dungeons, the heroic dungeons aren't really hard, so you can just simple look for a group, they're going to invite you, and then you can just simple stay in that group with your season 4 gear. Yeah, sure, you will not do a lot of damage, but that's enough. You don't have to spend a lot of gold in the auction house for something that you don't need. Just save the money and buy something else, okay? Like I said, the heroic dungeons aren't really hard. If you ask me, skip the normal dungeon, except you got some best in slot items there that you need. And that's the only reason why I would look for a group actually to make a normal dungeon. But if you need a weapon, well, I think auction house is the best way to go. Alright, you know this, you get a new weapon, but you have to train them. You don't have max skill, but there is an easy solution how you can get actually to max skill in less than 4 minutes. This trick is not for me, guys. Shout out to Metagoblin at this part, okay, link in the bio. He already made a video about this one, so check him out and leave a subscribe to this guy. It is a really smart move, by the way, okay? We have to remember back in the days in Classic, as we go to straight to base stats, intellect was actually giving you a higher chance to get weapon skills with your weapon. If you have a lot of intellect, you will get faster weapon skills. If you go now to intellect, you will see nothing but this thing removed from the game. It's still in the game. That means you just get a lot of intellect, okay? Try to hit like 550 or 600 intellect and then go straight to a level 60 zone or level 70 zone. It doesn't even matter. You can also skill this one in North End. The only thing that you need is intellect gear, fast weapons, and actually the weapon that you want to train with, and look for a monster that actually survives some damage of you. And you will see in less than 4 minutes you are max skilled. The next thing is, guys, yeah, blah 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 blah. Okay, go to heroic dungeon. I know you know this, guys, okay? You probably know this, that heroic dungeon is probably the best thing to go. And yeah, just take the daily quest from here and just take the daily quest from here to get your marks. I know you guys know this, okay? And I don't have to tell you this, okay? And I think this is not really necessary because everyone knows that you need to do heroics in Wrath of the Lich King. But guys, if you're wondering, okay, how you can make actually an easy grind through every single heroic, guys, just get the best in slot tooltip. This one will you save a lot of time. Believe me, you don't have to go to your website, you don't have to go to any website, only dog shit or whatever, or picture that you made with your phone to just know what is my best in slot gear. This add-on will tell you what is your best in slot gear. You can decide whatever class you play and whatever talent you play, okay? If you play blood tank, this one will tell you which items are the best tank items. If you play a frost, this one tell you which items are the best for you. And we got like the pre-raid and we got the tier 7. Okay, that's all we need, because that's all the items in the game at the moment. And if we going to phase 2, we will see more items here as well, like for example T8 and whatever, guys. Like I said, best in slot tooltip is the way to go. Just get this add-on. This will make your life way much easier. It also tells you what damage you should take, what enchants you should get, and so on. Probably the best add-on in the game at the moment, besides Rested XP. The next thing you guys should probably know is just join winter grabs every single time, every 3 hours. This one is the cooldown that we have on. And yeah, obviously winter grabs got fixed, but before the fix, yeah, it was possible to get like 60,000 honor per hour. Unfortunately, I couldn't do any content for this because I was sitting on a queue, guys, okay, and I couldn't do any content because I wasn't really possible to join a Wintergrad. I was sitting on level 71. Most likely every single player that, well, was like 80 in the first 3 days are now sitting on their full PvP gear without any issues, so they don't have to do anything. But the main point is why you should do Wintergrad is not only because of the honor, it's because of the Stonekeeper shards. This one, well, you can exchange this one for some really nice and best in slot items for your class. Yeah, too damn bad it got fixed, but we didn't saw any blue posts yet, so we don't know what will happen in the next. Maybe they're going to show us some blue posts. But otherwise, yeah, the same thing with the supplies. This one got fixed as well, so no anymore that you can list yourself as a tank and be a DPS in a group and you get rewarded with a supplier. No, this was obviously fixed as well. Too damn well, because the suppliers was really nice. But notice before you join a dungeon, well, if you want to play a tank, you will reward it with a supplier. If you want to play a healer, you will also reward it with a supplier, and in this supplier you can get a mount or really nice flash for the coming dungeon now, coming raid actually, Nax Ramas. And if you're already talking about stuff you guys know, probably, you should max out your profession skill. Probably if you're running now mining or herbalism, you should start to think about, should I maybe change it? Because the bots are coming, guys, they're coming closer and closer, and the marked value is going lower and lower. Probably not too long, but yeah, it's okay to have like an alt with mining and herbalism in my opinion, but try to get like jewel crafting and engineering on your max profession to have like the min-max of your class and probably best class for you think of, because like I said, the marked value for ores and herbs and well, for skinning as well will go down. So you should maybe think about maybe to get another profession here. Just have an alt, of course, with herb, with mining, and with skinning as well, for example. This could help you out. But if you're playing a main and you have like mining and stuff like that, well, sure, you can go with this one as well, but having like a min-max class is probably the best thing you can go for in War of the Lich King. Well, if you followed Rested Experience like I did, I was sitting like on 38 Emblem of Heroism, and I was like starting Ice Crown. I was close to starting Ice Crown, and then I was level 80, and I was like sitting on 38 Emblem of Heroism. I did one heroic, so I was able to get like the trinket, which I did, and probably the best thing that you can do first if you want to spend your Emblem of Heroism, get a trinket first, because this one is a best in slot for until I think phase 2 probably, and then try to get like your off pieces sets. Like, do not try to get like first of all your tier 7. Sure, tier 7 is beautiful, guys, okay, tier 7, everyone wants a tier piece, but overthink this if you want to spend your 60 or 80 Emblem of Heroism on your tier set piece, because with the coming raid now in Wintergrad, you are able to get like the tier 7 pieces from the drop, and you will save a lot of Emblem of Heroism there. Just try to get like the offset pieces here, and if you, for example, playing a DPS, maybe you already saw it that there isn't really a lot of DPS loot in the dungeon, which isn't really bad, guys, okay? The only thing that you guys should do, and the only reason why you should visit a heroic dungeon, is because think about the reputation that you get there, and think about the Emblem of Heroism that you get there, and you can just trade them off. Sure, a lot of items coming from the dungeon as well, but I think I saw just more tank items and healing items than DPS items. And if you're wondering how you can actually unlock the Sons of Hodir, guys, you should maybe check the video in my end card.